1980s. I'm 23 years old. And I'm about to knock on the Becky B. agency's door. How did I get here? Hold on a second, let me go back in time a little bit. I had just graduated from college and was unemployed and living in a studio apartment the size of a shoebox with my bed next to the window, cockroaches in the kitchen, and bathtub with stains from 50 years ago in it, living on fumes and caffeine, and I was broke, had no prospects, and I was miserable. One morning, I'm walking outside at 7 o'clock, and I see a bunch of Wall Street guys with their three-piece suits and their ties and their fancy shoes walking into the subway. Cups of coffee, and I think, well, wait a second, I can do that. I'm living on caffeine myself. So I get an interview with Tony Palazzo, Vice President of Dean Witter Reynolds. He's got slick back black hair, three-piece handmade pinstripe suit, a Windsor knot tie, and a fancy, handkerchief in his pocket with the initials TP on it, just in case you forget who you're talking to. He leans over the desk, looks at me with a little Parliament cigarette hanging from his mouth, and he goes, you ain't gonna take none of them Jewish holidays, are you? What the hell kind of a job interview was this? But I was broke, and I needed the money, so I started working at Dean Witter Reynolds. Get up in the morning, punch the time clock, transfer stock options. Get up in the morning, punch the time clock, transfer stock options. Get up in the morning, punch the time clock, transfer stock options. Puts and calls, and the market's taking off. The market's dropping like a rock. Oh, there's a stock ticker. Conoco oil, Shell oil, Conoco oil. Oh my God, my life is taking off. This is the real world, baby. Yeah. Well, I get a phone call from my friend, Randall B. That was my nickname, Randall B. Randall B, it's BJ. I'm coming up from South Carolina, and I'm going to take you to see the best little whorehouse in Texas, a Broadway show. Cool. Now, I'd never been to a Broadway show. I mean, I worked on Wall Street. We didn't do that kind of thing. Walk into the 46th Street Theater. The place, it's a palace with the velvet curtains, golden handrails, velvet chairs, plush, and the people, elegant, dressed to the nines. I was filled with hope and anticipation. The lights came down. The orchestra started playing the overture. I was in awe. Compared to Wall Street, where I thought I was having fun, this was heaven. Well, about halfway through the show, about 15 college cowboy football players dressed in cowboy hats and cowboy boots have just won the big game, and they are going to celebrate at the whorehouse. And they do this line dance. Every leg kick, every movement, every lyric was perfectly syncopated, orchestrated, coordinated. Everything was in perfect synchronicity. And at the end of the song, the audience jumps up on its feet, cheering loudly at the top of their lungs, screaming and shouting, and the football players go, "Yee-haw!" And the audience goes, "Yee-haw!" right back at them. I've never seen such pure, unadulterated joy in my entire life in one place. And I thought, that should be me up there. Now, I had never thought about being an actor. That was as far from my mind as the planet Pluto. Is Pluto a planet? Does anyone know? Or is it an ice dwarf thing? No, you don't know? All right, thanks. Both planet? Dwarf planet? Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you very much. Dwarf planet. Whatever the hell that means. So, thank you for your feedback. So I knew that you needed at least two things to be an agent, to get being an actor: training and an agent. So I had a friend take some pictures of me, and I am embarrassed to admit that I had stapled a fake resume with fake credits on the back. And here I am at the Becky B. agency. Knock on the door. Oh my God. She looked like an ancient hag She looked like a combination of Freddy Krueger and the Bride of Frankenstein. She leans over, she's 4'8". She's got these cat's eye pointy glasses from the 1960s. She's got a mustache, for God's sakes. And she's dangling this cigarette at me, and I had forgotten to tell you there was a sign on the door that said, "Do not knock, do not enter. Put your picture in the box on the floor," but I just ignored it. So she goes, "What do you want?" I said, I'm Randy Schein. This is my picture resume. "Didn't you see the sign?" "What sign?" "Get out of here!" Slams the door in my face. Oh, God. Well, that really sucked. And I thought, well, I was a bit of a smartass, so I slipped my picture under the door, knocked on it, and ran away. And I thought, is this what it's like to be an actor? Having doors slammed in your face? Well, I was not going to let this old biddy get me down. So I was going to get me some acting training. I picked up a copy of The Village Voice, and I found an advertisement for an acting teacher, Richard Pinter. We talked on the phone about half an hour, and I met him that evening before his class outside of his studio, and walked around the block a couple of times. And he points out a bar to me. Snafu. You know what that means? Situation negative, all fucked up. I had no idea about that. He had already taught me something. He looked like a 1930s movie star, like Clark Gable, and he was filled with life and enthusiasm and positivity. He said to me, "You going to be able to practice?" "Yes, I will. But Richard, I want to let you know something. I have something called Tourette's syndrome, and it causes me to twitch and sometimes make noises like that, and I don't want to distract from the class. Is it going to stop you from practicing?" "No, not at all." "Well, come on in. You're going to be a different person by the end of your training anyway." Well, what did that mean? Wasn't I a person now? So I began class with him 2 days later, and my God, he was such an inspiration. "Tell him how you feel. Get in there. Back and forth. The reality of doing. Listen and answer, listen and answer. Nothing can get in the way of positive, truthful listening and answering." And then he started telling us how to take care of ourselves. If you did to other people what you do to yourselves, you would be appalled. I never met anyone like him. I loved him. The dogs of war had been unleashed. After just a month of studying with him, I realized I never had Tourette's syndrome in the first place. It was a bunch of just unexpressed emotions bouncing through my body, looking for some sort of exit sign. You know what it's like, finding out that you don't have something that you thought you had for 10 years? I was both relieved and enraged, and I thought that Dr. Shapiro should have had his friggin' license revoked. I learned how to express myself in class. You see, he opened pathways in me that I didn't even know existed. You see, I had been bullied, and as a result repressed all through high school, because I was, believe it or not, the shortest kid in class, or at least 11th grade. I felt like a punching bag. Some kids even called me out. Some kids even called me Repulso the dog boy. Richard always wanted to bring out the best in you. Rage, love, excitement, joy. I totally blew an exercise one night in class. This young actress came in the room sobbing. And I was so scared of making myself vulnerable that I basically ran across the room away from her. And I apologized to her later, and I said to Richard, "Do you think I have potential?" "You have enormous potential," he said. Well, that fired me up. I put together a couple of new monologues and went off to find an agent again. Man, I felt like something out of Esquire magazine. I had brand new red socks, black leather jacket, combed my hair, shaved, and even put on a little dab of Polo cologne. Smelled like a real man. Take my picture and resume. Here I am, the John Kingston Agency. Knock on the door. Whoa, Mr. Kingston answers. He looks like an ad out of Gentleman's Quarterly. He's about 6'2" and has a double-breasted lamp brown blazer on, a gold tie clip, fingernails buffed and gleaming, and a smile that could just blind you to the back of your retinas. He looks at me and he says, "Can I help you, young man?" So warm and friendly. And I started to cry. I remembered what the Bride of Frankenstein, Richard Krueger lady had done. I want to be an agent, and the last one slammed the door in my face. I'm an actor, I just want to friggin' work. "Oh my God, come in, young man, come in, please, sit down, have a tissue." He gave me a tissue, and he was so kind, and everything I would want in a woman. I don't know where I got the cojones to do this, but I looked up at him and I said, "Can I do a couple of monologues for you?" "Well, of course, you young cat, young man. But I would like to know your name." "Yes, sure, it's Randy Schein, and here we go. Thank you so much, Mr. Kingston. This is from True West. No, you don't just disappear. The old man tried that, and look where it got him. He lost his teeth. No, I don't mean that. I mean, first he lost his real teeth, and then he lost his false teeth. He never told me. He never confided in you. That's very nice. He said it's very nice. Maybe he's going to work with me. Thank you, Mr. Kingston. This one is from Mass Appeal. You come in here. Your mink hats and your cashmere coats and your blue hair. That doesn't change anything. Those things are your shackles. You wear your prison uniforms as if they were badges. Oh, you've got talent. He said I've got talent. He's going to send me in a movie audition tomorrow. But both pieces sound the same. I really need a little more contrast. I can be funny. I can be Felix from The Odd Couple. But you didn't show me that right now. Look, I think you'll have a career. He said he thinks I'll have a career. Yeah. But I just suggest you do a little more training, okay? Thank you, Mr. Kingston. Oh, and by the way, I can't possibly send you out if you don't comb your hair, wear better clothes, and for God's sakes, I can't send you out with red socks and black shoes. Wow, that hurt more than that crab from the Becky B agency. Here I was, trying to look like a professional actor, and here he was, telling me I looked like garbage. Thank you, Mr. Kingston. I went home, despairing, and I watched 6 hours of the most depressing films I could find. Darkman was the most uplifting. But the Ben & Jerry's fish food, the pint of that, and the 8 slices of pepperoni pizza helped. But I was thinking, is this what I'm going to have to go through as an actor? Am I going to have the door slammed in my face every time I walk out of it? Am I going to have my teeth kicked in? Well, not only that, I was still on Wall Street at night with Richard. I could feel flowing emotion, feeling excitement, and we started working on scenes from The Zoo Story and Street to Car Named Desire, and yes, The Odd Couple. And then we started doing character work. An ape, a baby I could be, or a crazy Russian delivery guy. Hello, sir. How are you? Would you like some vodka with your pizza? What's so funny? I'm asking you. Okay, fine. You don't want it. Fine. Who needs it anyway? But during the day, get up in the morning, punch the time clock, transfer stock options. General Electric puts in calls, General Motors, General Insanity. Oh my God, I feel like killing myself. It all came to a head when I told off Tony Palazzo, my boss on Wall Street, who had had the pleasure of calling me Jew Boy a couple of times in front of the entire office. Hey, Jew Boy, pick up the papers. Hey, Jew boy, get me the Wall Street Journal. Jew boy, get me a cup of coffee. Palazzo, I don't give a flying fuck about the stock options. You can take these fucking stock options and shove them up your ass. Animal! Animal! Nazi pig fucker! You fucking biggity fucking anti-Semitic fuckwad! You know what it's like to get here at 8:30 in the morning after waking up at 7:30 in the morning? Fuck you, and fuck you! Fuck you! Next morning, that felt really good. The next morning, I walk into Palazzo's office and say, give him my notice. Oh, that's funny. We was thinking of making you a management trainee. No, Tony. I am going to study to become a rabbi. Shabbat shalom. I walked out of that office for the last time, and I felt relief, like I could breathe for the first time in 2 years. I thought about getting a role on Broadway, or getting a role in a TV series, or maybe even being a movie star. I had failed twice at getting an agent. I knew I needed one to get some work, but I had training and confidence, and I was prepared. One morning, hoping that I'm on the right path, eating rice and raisins for breakfast so I can save some money, I get a phone call. Hello? Nigel? You, from the Actors and Artists Agency. From the Actors and Artists Agency. You got my picture and resume in the mail. You got my picture and resume in the mail. And you want me to come down now for an interview. He wants me to come down now for an interview. Yes, I'll be right down. Oh man, an agent wants to see me. An agent wants to see me. An agent wants to see me. I remember what Mr. Kingston has said now. Mr. Kingston said, dress better and whatever he said, just dress better. So I wore black socks with black shoes, put on a nice blazer that I still had from Wall Street and khakis, combed my hair and shaved. I went to the Actors and Artists Agency to knock on the door. Knock on the door. This time much more confident because I've done it twice already. Knock on the door, and this guy answers, very warm and friendly. He's about 5'2". He's got wire rim glasses and a little mustache. He smiles, a little comb over thing. And he goes, hi, come on in, have a seat. I'm excited to meet you. Oh my God, he was warm and friendly. He really wanted to meet me. So I sit outside his office, like he suggested, and I wait, and I wait. 45 friggin' minutes I'm sitting here. And now my foot falls asleep, which is a terrible time for it to happen. Oh God, pins and needles, ow, God damn it, ow. Comes out, what are you doing? I said, oh, nothing, I'm just walking around. Well, come on into my office and read some commercial copy. He is so kind and so nice. I say, okay, I go into his office and he hands me this black notebook from the time of Methuselah with about 57 pages of commercial copy. And I have never read commercial copy in my life. I have never taken a commercial class. I have no friggin' idea what I'm doing. But I see something for Head and Shoulders. Well, I used to have dandruff. So I figured, well, I might be able to fake this. Head and Shoulders keeps you 100% flake-free. And you can wear black clothes to formal events. Well, that was pretty good. Come on, have a seat. I sit down on the couch a few feet away from him, and he says, so, talk at me. I had no idea what to say. I had never trained in interviews. What are you, mute? I can't send you in on the auditions if you can't even talk to me, kid. Well then, he looks at my picture. Now, during the shoot, the camera shoot, I had pretended that there was a naked Demi Moore inside the camera lens, staring right back at me lustfully. And he looks at it and he says, huh,
caressing with this little thumb of his, which is about the size of a normal man's pinky. You've got sex appeal. No one had ever told me that. I've got sex appeal?
Well, that's great. Do you want to start working together? Can we freelance maybe?
I don't know. We might need a little bit more, seasoning.
Oh, this was fantastic. Do you mean that you want to take a film class, a soap class? What do you want me to do?
You ever been to an orgy?
Oh.
Oh. What? Have you ever been to an orgy? No. Oh, well, you see, about once or twice a month, 12 friends and I get together and have, an orgy. And, you would be such a prize, And don't worry, we've got a guardian angel. His name is Gabriel. And what Gabriel will do, if he sees you doing something that's, dangerous, he'll just come over you and tap you on the shoulder and go, don't do that. And you could explore with men and women. I am only attracted to women. Oh, would you want to try something else?
The fuck? Get your fucking hands off of me! No! What do you want me to do? Say I'll get on my knees and suck your dick right now, and then you'll work with me? Is that what you want? I don't want to have a guardian angel named Gabriel tap me on the shoulder. I don't want to have sex with 12 people I don't know. I don't want to have sex with 12 people I do know! You sick, twisted, perverted, cretin, fuck! I didn't say any of that. I just sat there, paralyzed, and mortified, and heartbroken.
Well, when I said you needed more seasoning, I meant it. You can go now.
My God. First, the bride of Frankenstein slamming the door in my face. Then, John Kingston telling me to dress better and train more. Now, this guy. Was this what I was going to have to go through to be an actor? My God, and what was I doing to attract people like this into my life anyway? Why didn't I really slam the door in his face? Why didn't I tell him off? Why didn't I leave? Was I replicating the bullying I had gone through from childhood? Did I have some kind of nut job right on my forehead saying, come here and abuse me? Was my self-esteem that bad? Did I hate myself that much? Well, that night, distraught, despondent, and depressed, I went to a class, acting class. And Richard had me do an exercise with my classmate, Chris. Chris came into the room from backstage during the exercise, sobbing. And I had learned from the last time I had done this exercise that I could console her. She came over to me, and I put my arms around her and cradled her head to my chest. And I felt her tears on my shirt. And we stood there for the longest time, like what seemed like an eternity. Time stood still. And I heard Richard's voice say, how do you feel about that, Randy? And I said, I want to comfort her, and she makes me want to cry. And it was magical. It was like falling in love. And when the exercise ended, I sat in my seat, and I thought, no matter what these obstacles are, this is what I'm going to do with my life. And that was the commitment I made to myself, to my life. I had started the journey of discovering what I really wanted to do. A kid who had been bullied found his true calling. I am living my dream, which is to be a working actor. And I don't look back, and I never regret it. And an audience like you makes it all worthwhile. Thank you. By the way, I finally did get an agent. It was, I started freelancing with him, and I got my first paying acting job as a detective. Not in Law and Order, not in Hill Street Blues, but, believe it or not, Fat Guy Goes Nutsoid. Thank you.